I was an avid reader as a kid. So I was interested in oceans and stuff. And so my mom bought me a book on oceans. And I was like, okay, cool. We're learning about ocean stuff. My grandma saw that I was reading about oceans and she thought, I'm going to help further his love of the ocean and buy him some other books. Now, while she was out buying books, one day I came home from school and on the TV, I was like, yo, what is this? What are we watching here? And my parents were like, oh, we're watching Titanic. So that's strike one. As you know what happened with Titanic, the fucking boat sank. So then two, my grandma comes and she's like, yo, I bought you a book because, you know, what do boys like? Sharks. And so my grandma did not buy me a book on sharks. She bought me a book on shark attacks. Why would you give a little boy a book on shark attacks that actually happened, right? That is strike two. Strike three is my parents and my uncle and my grandma and my cousin stuff. They decided we were going to rent a cabin. So we rent a cabin and there's a lake and they decide, ooh, let's do canoe rides. And it's important to know that my uncle was a hefty man. And my mom was like, yo, go ride in the canoe with your uncle. And I was looking at my uncle and I was looking at that canoe and I was like, we're going to fucking sink. This is Titanic. This is Titanic for me. And I'm like 6 or 7. So I get in the canoe with my uncle and you know, canoes rock like this. And I see the water coming into the canoe and I'm like, oh shit, we're dead. So I'm having a little kid panic attack crying. And I was like, we're dead. And so that was my strike three. And then later on, like a few years later, my dad is a troll. So he knows that I'm afraid of the ocean and he knows that I don't like boats. And he looks over and he goes, you know what? Do you ever feel like something in the water is calling you? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like something wants you to look over the edge so it can jump up and grab you. And I was like, why would you say that? And so from then on, I was like, I'm good on land. I'm good on land. You know, land is where I'm meant to be.